Karen thought she'd buried me, celebrating with champagne and laughter. But what she didn't know was that I wasn't gone, and I had the kind of surprise that would make her entire empire collapse. For months, the HOA, led by Karen, had been circling me like vultures. They wanted my land, a prime lakeside ranch worth over $1.2 billion in total development. They sent fines, fake notices, even bogus lawsuits. But when none of that worked, Karen made her boldest move yet. One evening, while I was out inspecting the dock, a sudden surge of water rushed toward me. The old dam upstream had been sabotaged. Within seconds, the current dragged me under. Karen and her cronies stood at the shore, watching, certain this accident would finally rid them of me. What they didn't know was that I wasn't just a rancher. I was a survival-trained federal contractor. I fought my way free, clinging to a tree until rescue came. By the time I reached safety, the HOA had already begun celebrating at their clubhouse, laughing, drinking, and toasting to my end. But their party was short-lived. The very next night, I walked into their ballroom, soaking in their stunned silence. Karen dropped her champagne glass, shattering it on the marble floor. "You should be at the bottom of the lake," she whispered. "Instead," I said, holding up a thick file, "you'll be at the bottom of a federal prison." Inside that file were records of embezzlement, money laundering, and the deliberate sabotage of federal infrastructure. I had been building this case for months. The attempted drowning was simply the final nail in their coffin. Within minutes, federal agents swarmed the party. Karen's smug smile crumbled as she and her entire board were led away in cuffs. The neighbors, once too afraid to speak, erupted in cheers. I didn't just survive. I turned her $1.2 billion dream into her $1.2 billion downfall. And as I left that night, I gave her one last look. Next time you celebrate, make sure the guest of honor isn't still alive.
I am Liam, and trust me, the next HOA story is even worse. Subscribe now.